Today, we're diving into one of the most powerful images in all of philosophy, Zarathustra's descent. So picture this. After 10 years completely alone, a prophet decides to return to humanity. But he doesn't come back just with wisdom. He comes back with two critical companions that honestly make his entire mission possible. We're talking about the eagle and the serpent. Let's dig into why he needed them so badly.
So after a whole decade of thinking, Zarathustra hits a kind of crisis. All the wisdom he's gathered up there in isolation, well, it's become a burden. And this metaphor Nietzsche uses is just perfect. It tells you everything you need to know. Knowledge that isn't shared, that isn't given away, it just gets stagnant. He's like a bee that's so full of honey it can't even fly anymore. To become light again, he has to give his gift away.
He's got to go down. He has to undertake what Nietzsche calls a downgoing. Now, this isn't some kind of failure or a step backward. It's totally necessary. It's an act of overflowing, of sharing the incredible wealth he's built up. He has to leave the clean, pure air of the mountaintop and dive right into the messy, chaotic, unpredictable world of people. But how do you even start a journey like that?
Well, here's the thing. He doesn't go in unprepared. The journey into the world of mortals is packed with what you could call metaphysical trials. And to face them, he gets a kind of supernatural aid. Not from a god, but from nature itself. He's joined by two incredibly powerful allies, and they represent the two forces he's going to need to survive. And you've got to appreciate the perfect symbolic balance here. His companions are the eagle, the proudest animal, and the serpent, the wisest. One of them soars high in the sky, a spirit that can rise above all the nonsense. The other coils around his neck, an intelligence that is firmly, deeply grounded in the earth. Together, they make him complete, totally ready for whatever comes his way.
So let's start by looking up with the eagle. You know, in our culture, pride, it often gets a bad rap. It's seen as a vice, right? But for Nietzsche, a certain kind of pride is an absolute virtue. In fact, it's a critical survival tool for anyone who's trying to bring a new way of thinking to the world.
The eagle's pride is really about the power to keep a higher perspective. Think about it. When you go down into the marketplace, you just get hammered by the noise of the herd, that endless chatter of conventional wisdom and cynical takedowns. The eagle represents the strength to soar right above all that noise, to trust your own vision and not get dragged down into the mud.
And just look at what he's up against. These aren't enemies with swords. They're diseases of the soul. You've got this spirit of contempt, that rampant cynicism that just wants to tear everything down. You've got that low hum of modern unease, that background noise of meaninglessness we all feel sometimes. And then there's the most dangerous of all, the last man.
The last man is Nietzsche's ultimate nightmare. And it's not because he's evil, but because he's pathetic. He's traded greatness for comfort, struggle for security. All he wants is to be warm and entertained, and he just blinks in simple contentment. It's the end of the line for society, where all ambition is just swapped for feeling cozy. He's the death of human aspiration. The eagle's pride is that fierce, burning refusal to accept that fate. It's the drive to demand more from life.
But pride all by itself can be a problem. It can get detached, arrogant, lost up in the clouds. It needs an anchor. It needs a guide for the tricky, treacherous ground below. It needs the serpent.
Now, this isn't the heavy wisdom from his time in solitude. That was all abstract, theoretical stuff. The serpent has a totally different kind of wisdom. It's cunning, it's practical, it's earthy. It knows how to navigate the complicated, messy realities of being human. It understands the world not as some grand idea, but as a real territory you have to move through.
Nietzsche uses this terrifying and beautiful image to describe humanity. We are a bridge, a tightrope stretched between the animal we once were and the overman we could become. And that journey is incredibly dangerous. One false move, and you're falling into the abyss. The serpent is the wisdom that guides your feet on that rope, keeping you balanced, keeping you moving forward.
And this is the serpent's most crucial lesson. It's constantly reminding Zarathustra of the meaning of the earth. It forces him to reject any promise of a reward in some other world, some heaven or afterlife. The serpent's wisdom is all about finding and creating meaning right here, in this body, in this life. It's a radical yes to the here and now.
So, what happens when you combine that soaring pride of the eagle with the grounded wisdom of the serpent? Well, you get a figure who is finally ready for his true mission. He's not just a thinker anymore. He's an actor. He is ready to be the herald of the Overman. Together, these two companions let him reject what's called spiritual quietism, the passive, detached enlightenment of a hermit who just stays safely up on his mountain. Instead, they push him to embrace a challenging love for humanity. And this isn't some soft, sentimental love. No, this is a tough love, a love that challenges people, that pushes them to be more than they currently are. So his path is clear. Guided by his animal companions, he rejects his old life of quiet. He embraces this new, difficult mission, and he enters the town which is symbolically named the Motley Cow. Only then, with both pride and wisdom, is he ready to deliver his world-changing message, the announcement of the Overman.
And this is really the heart of the whole thing. Zarathustra's journey, guided by pride and wisdom, isn't for God. He's not just relaying some old message from on high. His purpose is to create new values for a world that has lost its old ones. He is teaching humanity how to become the source of its own meaning, and that is a task that absolutely requires both the courage to fly high and the wisdom to stay connected to the earth.
So this ancient parable really leaves us with a deeply personal question. To achieve anything that really matters, to walk our own tightrope over our own abyss, we need both the eagle and the serpent. We need the pride to have our own vision and the wisdom to actually make it real. So the question for all of us is, which one are we neglecting? Do we have wings but no feet on the ground? Or are we so grounded that we've completely forgotten how to fly?